she's okay. She's still smiling. But girls say, well, Jason, if I can't dress sexy, how am I going to make a guy like me? I mean, can I flirt with boys? And I think it depends what you mean by flirt, because it means different stuff. Like for me, when I was in 2nd grade, if I liked a girl, I'd throw a rock at her. It's just, she's hot, poof, I'm making progress, her welts are going down. But then girls do it different. Like all y'all girls in here flirted like this in the 4th grade. Don't even tell me you didn't. You'd see a cute guy, and you'd be like, oh, he's so cute. And you get with your friends like, oh, he's so cute, what should we do? And your friend's like, oh, I know. Let's give him a note. Oh, that's good, a note, yes. You rip out a sheet of loose leaf paper, get your crayons, your sparkly markers you girls have. And you're like, oh, do you like my friend Shanae? Yes, no, or maybe. It's like a survey, you give him a crayon, he's got to fill it out, yeah. Then what happens is you girls got to 7th grade, got a little more sophisticated with it. You'd see a cute guy in 7th grade, and all you girls would be like, oh, he's so cute. And you get to, oh, he's so cute, what should we do? And your friend's like, oh, I know, let's give him a note. And your friend's like, it's so immature. You're not slow, you're special, And they'd be like, and the other girl would be like, oh, I know. How about when you're leaving class? I'll shove you into him. Oh, that's good. Shove me into him. Yes. Some of you still doing this? That's okay. That's all right. Just one day at a time. That's fine. You're not slow. You're special. But you guys see the girls hitting each other and laughing? The reason why women think this is so funny is because this is what girls talk about when they go to public bathrooms with 30 of them at a time into the bathroom. They have couches in there. They've got like drawing boards. You shove them into this locker, I'll come around the magnet. Then what happens is a girl gets to high school. Culture basically tells girls, first day of high school, girls, look, you've got something the guys like, better than notes, better getting shoved into. You've got your body. You can give it to a guy. Guys will like you more. So the girl begins with this mentality, okay, let me get this straight. Hooking up and making out different guys at the party, that's not a big deal. Then she thinks, well, doing this with a guy, it's not a big deal. Doing that with a guy, it's not a big deal. But so long as I technically stay a virgin, I'm being good. Because those girls at school are so much worse than I am, so I'm still being good, and that's not a big deal. And by the time it's said and done, this girl convinces herself that the priceless gift of her body, it's not a big deal. Something starts to die in the girl. I read about this guy, I think he lived in Texas. This dude was sleeping, and his dog started barking. Comes to the backyard, and the dog is there barking at a bush in the backyard. And the guy's like, well, that would be a bush. That's brilliant. Shut up. Go to bed. He goes to sleep. Dog starts barking at the bush again. 15 minutes later, guy gets up. He's all mad. Brought a stick with him into the backyard. Says, come here, Pooch. And smack. And the guy actually beats the dog into submission to shut it up from barking at the bush. Going back to sleep. It's like 2:45 in the morning. Dog starts freaking out, growling at the bush again. The guy threw a fit, cocked a gun, came into the backyard. This guy actually shot and killed the dog in the backyard and went peacefully to sleep. Then what happened is the robber who was hiding in the bushes got out of the bushes, walked over to the body of the dead dog, came inside this guy's house, apparently killed him in his sleep, and robbed everything that he owned. And that dog is our conscience. And I've said to my conscience, dude, shut up. Don't remind me I shouldn't be doing this with this girl. Dude, shut up. Don't remind me I shouldn't be looking at this. Dude, shut up. And then I kill the voice, do it anyway for the sake of excitement, and I think I'm free. I'm not doing what my parents want. I'm free. And then I think, dude, if I'm so free, why am I so empty afterwards all the time? This is freedom. Now we're getting married in 11 and a half days, not that anyone's counting, but with our wedding coming up, we're setting the foundation for our love together. We're doing different things. Like number one, there's no way that we're going to live together before we get married. Shack up and cohabitate. Some couples live together, they play house for a little while, test drive each other, then they get married. You ever check out what their divorce rate is in marriage for couples who cohabitate then marry? They have a divorce rate of 8%. 8 out of 10 of them get divorced because they don't know what makes love work. They think you can just test drive each other. Number two, no way are we going to sleep together before our wedding night. If I had sex with Kristalina tonight, I would be lying to her. My body would be saying, I give myself totally to you. I belong completely to you. Everything that I'm giving is yours. But it'd be a lie. I don't belong to her. I'm not her husband. Even if my intentions were good, the embrace would be a lie. A movie came out a while back called Vanilla Sky, and in it, Tom Cruise sleeps with this girl, and after they have sex, she says to him, she says, your body is making promises to me, even if you won't. And the embrace of sex is that promise. I give myself completely to you, and unless I'm married, it's simply not true. And you might be thinking, okay, Jay, look, I get it. Okay, Jason, you shouldn't use a girl. But Jason, what if it's not like that? What if it's not like every time you get together, you're having sex? What if you really love each other, and you totally agree that you're ready for this? Why can't you have sex? I'd say step back. What is love? Love means you do what is best for your beloved. So why are we abstinent? It's not because we're afraid of pregnancy or disease. It's because of love. It is so simple, because love can wait to give, but lust cannot wait to get. It is the love test. And only when love is put to the test can its value be seen. So have the courage to apply it.
A couple of things. The first and foremost, for those of you that are in a sexually active relationship, to take the sex out and really see what your relationship is based upon. Because if you take the sex out, it will give you the clarity of mind to step back and say, okay, is this love or is this lust? Are they using me? Do they really love me? What's going on? And really put your love in the light and see what it's made of. Because if you take the sex out and you end up fighting and arguing, you end up breaking up, you're probably better off without that person to begin with. But if you guys end up staying together, what peace of mind knowing that that person is in it for you and not what you're giving them. That they love you as a person and not what you're doing with them. That is peace of mind right there. So to have the guts and courage to take it out and see what it's made of. The second thing, right now Jason and I, we're training ourselves in faithfulness. Chastity trains you in that faithfulness. Because one day when we're married, I'm just going to be 9 months pregnant, ready to go, and Jason is going to be at work. And he might have some cute little hot secretary now. Do you think the same temptations won't be there just because he has a ring on his finger? Of course not. They're still going to be there. But the thing is, he's trained himself in faithfulness now, so within marriage, he can be all the more faithful to me. So to train yourselves in faithfulness. And I know a lot of you are dating right now, and realize most of you right now is dating someone else's future spouse. To guard that person, protect that person, as you would want your future spouse guarded and protected in the same exact way. Now, when you date someone, to raise your standards high. And I know a lot of people say raise your standards high. When I say that, never have to lower yourself to date anyone. And I know a lot of people do that. And you know when you do that. But to keep your standards high, because everyone in this room, no matter where you've been, what you've done, you are worth waiting for, and you deserve the best. And if that person doesn't want to wait for you, or they're always pressuring you this or that, frankly, they're not worth you, and you deserve better than that. So to set your standards high. And I think this is the most important thing of all. If you want to have pure relationships, a pure mind, you've got to have a pure soul. That is the key to it, to go to confession. Go to confession at least once a month. Jason and I, we go every 2 weeks. And I really think it was the power of confession that healed me of all of my sexual sins, and I was able to stay away from that lifestyle because there's such power in that. And I see confession as this. Confession is God's mercy. In that room with that priest is God's mercy. And if you turn your back on confession, you run from confession, it's like you're running and turning your back on God's mercy. So to go and get that clean slate. And I tried everything under the sun to stop living that lifestyle. I was miserable, I hated myself, and nothing stopped me. I tried everything. But the second I did this with God, that's when my life did a 180, and I haven't fallen since then. So if you truly want to live out abstinence, chastity, living a life of purity, you've got to do it with God, or frankly, you won't do this at all. And you'll fall on your face just like I did. So give your lives to God, and He will bless you abundantly for that.
Now, where do you go from here? Thank you, guys. So, now, we were at this high school. This guy was talking at a high school, and it was hilarious. He calls the guys up. He said, guys, he goes, raise your hands if you guys want to marry a virgin. And all the players and all the jocks were, yeah, I want to marry a virgin, yeah, yeah. So all the guys had their hands up. And he's like, okay. He said, keep your hands up. And everyone's like, yeah, yeah. And he goes, ladies, I want you to look at the guys. And the guy's like, uh-oh. And they said, oh, girls, look at the guys. And any time And next time any of those guys pressures you to do anything sexually, I want you to remind them how important purity is to them. And the guy's like, oh, and he's like, no, keep your hands up, keep your hands up, to realize that purity is attractive. And you might be thinking, Jason, look, I'm not a virgin anymore. But ask yourself, am I just a date or am I a soulmate? Am I just a for now girl or am I a forever girl? It's never too late. I know a girl who got abducted in Texas. A guy did disgusting things to her. When he was done with her, he threw her in a latrine in Southern California. Construction worker came, looked in the latrine, the girl's up to her neck shivering in the human waste. And they looked down there and said, my God, who could do this to a little girl? They lower a guy, a fireman in there to pull her out. She sees him coming down. She was scared to death, started to take the human waste, throwing it at the guy. Said, just don't touch me, just leave me here. She'd been so hurt, she didn't know who to trust, and she wanted to literally live in the sewer. And some of us have been so hurt, maybe through sexual mistakes, that we think it is just too late, just leave me here. But I stick my hands out and I say, girl, it is never too late. You still deserve the real kind of love. So girl, get up. Guys, where do you go from here? Guys, I would say, I did a poll of 1,400 girls at a high school. And I had them vote on how many of them thought if a guy practiced chastity in high school that would be undeniably attractive. 1,400 of the 1,400 girls said, yes, it is undeniably attractive. It's tough.